today I'm going to review the LauraLee Los Angeles Nudie Patootie palette. Now, Laura did send me this palette, but it's sitting right over there, but I don't feel like reaching it. I actually bought it on my own and ordered it off the website the day that it launched because I really wanted to support Laura, and I have met her multiple times. She's always been the kindest person to me. I reviewed her first palette, and so I was going to review the second palette, and I didn't know if she would send it in PR or not, if I was lucky enough to get it, but I didn't want to risk that and not get it to review, so I did purchase it on my own, which I will be doing a giveaway with that palette, so keep your eyes out for that. But I wanted to go ahead and review the palette and do an eye look with it. The second that I saw this palette, it was like everything that I hoped her brand would sort of evolve to. When she first launched her other palette, I think she absorbed every bit of feedback that she got of what people would love to see and the packaging and everything, and then launched the Nudie Patootie palette. So let me just tell you, throughout this review, I'm going to just say some of the things I really think are amazing about this palette versus Cat's Pajamas. Not necessarily in comparing them, I guess, against each other, but just showing the progression of the things that I feel like she heard. First of all, the packaging on this palette is completely cohesive all the way through. So you have the outer unicarton, which is just this really nice ombre blush color. It has the rose gold logo. She even did the detail of the emblem on the side, which she has this new emblem. It gives the ingredients listed on the back, which I know a lot of people really are into seeing exactly what ingredients are in certain palettes. This is a longer palette, but the eyeshadows inside are the same size pans as the Cat's Pajamas palette. So it just has this like clear overglaze that says Nudie Patootie, and then like a rose gold sticker. Really, really beautiful with the rose gold emblem but over the embossed sort of Nudie Patootie, and then it just fades ombre. I mean, just really, really beautiful right off the bat. So you open it up and you get this really nice mirror. It also has the emblem down here, and it's rose gold in the inside, and then look at the shades. The thing also I love about this is one of the complaints that I know she received on the Cat's Pajamas was that the palette was called Cat's Pajamas. They would have loved to have seen the shades inside reflect more of the theme of like Cat's Pajamas. I think that she heard those complaints last time, or not complaints, but maybe constructive criticism, and put them towards this palette. And so since it's called Nudie Patootie, every single shade inside sort of reflects that idea of like Nudie Patootie. So we have stark, undressed, topless, streaking, uncover, strip, bare, exposed, all natural, reveal, jaybird, butt naked, buff, and naked naked. So she heard what everyone was saying and she used that in the palette. So I just thought it would be nice if we just did a look with it, and then at the end of the video I will swatch them all on the back of my hand. I'll let you know how I felt like they worked. And yeah, there we go. And then this also came with it. And then on the back it just kind of tells you a little bit about each color, each shade. It tells you what it is. So yeah. Alright, first off I'm going to take this color Undressed, and I'm just going to kind of pack that all over to set that concealer. That's I mean, it's a little bit more of a skin tone shade, so it's just going to give a base. Okay, then I'm going to take that Undressed shade, which just seems like the perfect like transition shade, and mix it with a little bit of this color called Strip. It's just like a very mustardy shade, and I'm going to mix those two together and just put it in the crease. It's like a very yellowy transition. Those two together. I really loved Cat's Pajamas. I wore that palette a ton when I first got it, and I like the quality of Laura's eyeshadows. I found that they blended really well for me. So same with these. So far, so good. They're blending really well. My face is like so red today. Okay, then I'm going to take this shade Buck Naked and right here. And I'm just going to put that on using the same brush. I'm going to put that right in the crease, but not take it quite as high as the other shades. What about you? Oh, I've like not been feeling well recently. And I had like I don't usually have like a cleaning lady, but I did have like a cleaning person come today, and it was super awkward because I had like a really bad experience with a cleaning person like several years ago when my twins were born. So I was like really nervous about this, but one of my neighbors was like, oh, like all my neighbors have cleaning people for their houses, and I just do it myself. That's just always the way I've been. I mean, no judgment to anyone who has someone who cleans for them, but anyways, one of my neighbors had a cleaning lady. Her cleaning lady, she ran a raffle, and so anyways, since it was part of this girl's income, my neighbor was like, can I just give it to you? And I'm like, sure, I will take your 3 hours of free cleaning. So they came and cleaned, and it was like so weird to like not sit and help someone cleaning my house, but they just really did a deep clean on everything, and it was really nice because I really am not feeling very well, and my parents are coming tomorrow actually. So you know, it's like the flight of the bumblebee. Whenever your parents are coming, you just want to make sure everything's very nice and neat. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with, like, I kind of want to use this Jaybird color, but I feel like it's been used a ton, so I might use the Au Naturel. And I don't know, I kind of want to use Exposed too. I don't know what I want to do. I'm honestly, I'm so I have like so much gravitation towards this palette. I have so much inspiration with every single shade. Like, I want to do a look with this Uncover shade. Like, I want to do a look with this one, with this one, with this one. Like, all of the shimmer shades I want to use, and so I just don't know. So I'll have to do more than just one look. But I'm going to go in with this Nakey, which is the Deep Dark Chocolate Brown in the palette. It's the one without shimmer, so it's matte. And we're just going to hit this in the outer corners. Oh, that blends out really nicely. Lays really well. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to pat it in there, and then I'm going to go in with another brush to really blend that. Since I've used the same brush, this is a Sephora Precision Crease number 17 brush. Ooh, baby, baby. This palette is just, she just did such a good job. Like I told you, I've met Laura multiple times, and I'm going in with just a clean brush right now. I'm just going to blend that. Every time I have met her, she's just been such a kind person to me. Such a sweet person. Okay, I'm going to go into the shade Bear, which is like a pinky peachy color. And I kind of just want to go all over, like through my crease and like even over the dark stuff, and just blend that out. I feel like I'm almost trying to use like every single color just because I'm so excited, but I just thought I would bring like a little bit more of like a peachiness into it. And I really like that color. Yeah, that's pretty. It's kind of hard to see how these looks turn out. Honestly, my skin is so red right now. It's because I don't feel well. Like, I have a fever, like a major fever. So you can see it in my skin. But I feel like this look, like, because my face is so red, it's just not going to come together until I have like ruddy little chubby cheekies. But okay, I kind of want to go, like I said, in with this shade right here, but I've seen a lot of people do that, so I'm going to go in with the Au Naturel, this one right here. I'm like a sucker. Oh, actually, let me, oh, that exposed color. Oh, it's so pretty. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm going to go in with the Au Naturel. I'm going to wet my brush, so I stuck it in there got a decent amount of product up, but she says that this shade is applied best wet, so I'm going to just get it a little bit wet. And oh yeah, oh, that's almost like a dirty bronze gold. That's so pretty. It's very like, I call this the grown-up bronze, a grown-up bronze shade. Honestly, I want to try using it with my finger. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous and foiled and perfect. Oh, I love that. Okay, I'm gonna go in again with it, and we're just gonna get it on this side, and then I'm just gonna go over it with my finger. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this shade called Buff, which is like a deeper color, and it has some shimmer in it. I think I'm gonna try going in with it dry first, just to kind of press it and stamp it right out here. Yeah, this has a little bit of fallout when you go in with it dry, which is totally to be expected, which is why I typically will do my foundations second, especially when you're using foiled eyeshadows like this. I personally just find I get a neater application when I don't have to worry about my eyeshadow falling out. I know that it will fall out, and then I just go in and do my foundation afterwards. Okay, now for under the brow, I'm going to take the shade Stark. This has a little bit of shimmer in it. So I'm just going to do just a little tiny bit and then zhuzh it with my finger. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do my liner, lashes, and then we'll come back and finish up. I'm going to finish my face, and then we'll come back and finish up the eyes. Okay, back to finish up, I did go in with the rest of my face. I used this Physicians Formula Butter Collection palette in light, the blush, the bronzer in that, and the highlight. For my lips, I have the Too Faced Peach Lipstick in Sunday Funday, and then I used LauraLee and Colourpop, the collab with No Kill LA in the shade Wham. There's like a piece of hair of my hair stuck everywhere. So that's on the center of my lips. Okay, we're going to finish in with a lower lash line. I don't know what lashes I'm wearing. Honestly, I just found them in here and put them on, so I couldn't tell you what they are. I'm gonna go into the shade Buck Naked and then a little bit of this shade Bear. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the darker shade in Nakey Nakey, and I'm going to mix just a touch of this buff shade in. And go on the outer portion. I want to get my brush wet a little bit more, and we're going to go in with the Au Naturel shade, and I'm just going to sort of press, get that, make sure that I really kind of have it on there, and I'm going to press that into the lower lash line just to get a little bit of that gold on the lower lash line to match what we have going on the lid. Okay, then I want to take the shade Stark and put that shade in the inner corner just to brighten that up. So I'm going to go with my finger. I'm going to hit my bottom lashes with some more mascara, and then we will finish up swatching the rest of the shades in the palette. Okay, so Cat's Pajamas was a 10 pan palette, and this one is a 14 pan palette. So you're automatically getting 4 more shades in this palette. You guys, I am so impressed I love the fact that she also listened to the feedback on the Cat's Pajamas mirror. A lot of it was covered up with the design. This is a full-size mirror in this palette. It's a nice long palette. There's a lot of beautiful neutral shades. This is a palette that I would pull towards a lot. I have heard a lot of people say that if you are a deeper complexion, you don't think you can use this palette. I feel like I can't accurately say 100% that is not true. I can just speak for myself. I think that the palette looked on camera a lot lighter. Some of the shades appear lighter on camera than they actually are when you get them in person. I do think that this palette, there's a variety of different transition colors. Also, you know, this kind of like the reflection of it sort of warps the colors a little bit. But I feel like there are so many nice transition shades. There's some nice deepening, darkening up shades. The only thing I would say is just like a black shade. Like this is a really, really nice dark brown. And I think since she went with a black in her other palette, it made sense not to put a black in this palette, but to go for a dark brown. I love the layout of everything. I love the theme of everything. Every single shadow I used performed really, really well. The mattes built on top of each other. I could still see the definition. I didn't feel like they got muddy or blended into each other, but they built on top of each other. This All Natural shade applied really nice. There was a little bit of fallout when I went in without any sort of like Fix Plus or whatnot, which is what I would expect, is what I have with every other eyeshadow with this same type of full consistency that I've ever tried. So in my opinion, that isn't a negative towards the palette, but you're definitely going to want to probably use some type of Fix Plus or water. Just get the shadow wet. You're going to get the most payoff. I love that color on the lid. So let's just go ahead and swatch the colors. So this shade right here is Stark, and it is like this really pretty shimmery white shade. So we have this shade in Stark, and then we have, this is a really nice transition shade. It's almost like this buttery yellow shade, buttery neutral yellowy brown shade. And then we have this one right here, which is a shimmery, beautiful shimmery peachy shade. There are those three shades right there. Oh, that color in Topless is like this really pretty pinky color. I cannot wait to wear that. Okay, then we have this shade Streaking, which is another like a little bit less of a yellow but matte shade. Oh, and then this is a really gorgeous, unique shade in Uncover. It's almost like a silvery shade. And then we have this more mustardy color. I love that, in Strip. And then this last one down here is a really pretty color called Bear, and it's almost like this really nice peachy matte color. There are those shades right there. This color is really unique. It's like this silver, but it has like a little bit of almost like this taupey, purpley pink hue to it. I honestly cannot wait to use that shade, but these are just really pretty transition colors. Then we have this beautiful taupey shade down here. I absolutely love that color. And then Au Naturel, which is, I mean, such a beautiful golden bronze. It's almost like this dirty gold. It's a very adult color. And a really pretty matte transition shade right there, or to deepen, darken, and layer. And then this shade in Jaybird, oh my goodness. You can't even see the uniqueness of this shade in person. It's like this pink, but it has like this gold reflex to it. When you look at it in person, it's absolutely stunning. Honestly, in person, this has like almost this coppery pink hue to it. It's such a standout. But that's what I have on my eyes right now on the lid. And then that shade is just so beautiful. And then a really pretty matte transition or buildable color. They have a lot of great mattes in this palette. And beautiful lid shades. Honestly, this is just everything that I would look for in a palette. Okay, and then we have these last three shades. Super pretty. I love this one because it's like dark. Has like almost like some copper flecks in it. And this really nice chocolatey matte brown. And there are the last three. Overall, my thoughts on this palette, I absolutely love it. And there are going to be people who watch this video and be like, oh, well, you just want to be so far up Laura's Cracker Jack. Trust me, I don't have an ulterior motive when reviewing products that are collaborations with other YouTubers. I have no problem saying something that I think needs to be changed. But however, I mean, I'm a smaller YouTuber. There is no ulterior motive for me. I love the palette. I would have purchased it, and I did purchase it on my own. However, if I would have seen a review on it, I still would have made that purchase. So I want you to be someone who is I paid for it with my own money, and then I was lucky enough to be sent it as well. So take that for what you will, but I think this palette is very, very well done. I love the way the eyeshadows perform. I love the colors in the palette. I love the aesthetic of the palette. I think she did an amazing job. I'm definitely someone who gets so excited for YouTubers to take whatever their platform is and elevate it and do something. I think it's awesome that she created her own brand, has come out with several products within the line and launching even more great things. So congratulations, Laura. Super proud of you. You did an amazing job. You definitely hit it out of the park with the Nudie Patootie palette. For sure going to be more looks with this palette because, like I said, I almost couldn't decide. It was stressing me out that I had to pick one direction to do this look, but honestly, this is like a look that I would do to go to an event. It seems like a very safe look in my opinion, but something that's like I know is gonna look good. And when I say safe, I mean beautiful. Like, I love the way it turned out. I think it's really pretty and bronzy. Definitely something I would trust to go to an event, like something that wasn't gonna play me. So this palette is just literally full of shades that I want to do looks on. I want to use the Uncover shade. I want to use Topless. I want to use Exposed, Jaybird. Like, I even want to do a look with that buff dark shade, like a really pretty smoky eye all over. So I have a lot of looks that I would love to do with this palette. If you guys are interested in seeing more, let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you picked up the palette, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you were thinking about picking it up, let me know. Please leave your questions and comments down below. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.